This video is meant for every one of us. Friends, this is YouTube channel is English by Edison. And in this series, I am going to talk about how to create an impressive conversation. इस सीरीज में हम बताएंगे कि आप कैसे बातचीत करते समय कन्वर्सेशन करते समय how can you really create an impression by your beautiful structure of sentences. Some of these sentences that we often speak, but we need to enrich our conversation with some beautiful sentences so that will create an impression in the mind of the listeners that you people are intellectuals. Like you can start conversing saying that, do you agree that India's economy is progressive? You can just ask your child, do you agree that your efforts that you are putting on your studies is sufficient? You can ask your children, do you agree that the way you are studying at the moment will lead you to success? Like that you can ask. Then you can just ask, do you mind if I just use your laptop for one day, as I have to prepare my PPT for one of the English workshop? Do you mind if I ask you to come with me? Do you mind if I communicate this letter? Do you mind if I use your bike for a day? Do you mind if I really seek your advice in this matter? Do you mind if I invite you to dinner tomorrow? Like that, you can make it more effective. And then you can just say, yes, don't you ever feel that interpersonal relationships are important? Don't you really feel the need of establishing good interpersonal relationships in your day to day life? Don't you believe that people these days are a little bit cleverer than earlier? They know how to interpret the things. Don't you ever feel that the modern age is an age of cyber world? It is the age of computer, it is the age of internet. Don't you really think that the children these days are smarter than those of the earlier days? Don't you think that your interpretation could be misunderstood by most of the people? Don't you really agree with the point that your opinion is not subjected to acceptance by many of you? Don't you really feel that? How do you like the idea of interacting on this topic tomorrow? We may have an interaction on this topic tomorrow. Would you like to have this idea of visiting my office for a day? I can hardly believe that your children are putting up right effort in the right direction, because I have seen them, spending most of the time on cell phones interacting with their friends. You should be careful of that. I can hardly believe that you have been monitoring the studies of your children in day to day. I can hardly believe that the war against Iran by Israel and America is going to end. It might lead to the third world war, because many other countries are going to participate in it. I can hardly believe that the efforts put by some of the countries for global peace is going to work, because every powerful country is trying to show his supremacy over the other. So I don't think they're going to be a global peace in the years to come. I can hardly believe that the way Israel and Iran are going to fight, and American involvement is going to put oil into the fire, and it is going to involve many other countries like Russia and China. Well, I can hardly believe that children these days are abided by the rules of the institutions. They sometimes, hide their cell phones in their bag and carry it to the school. Well, I can't wait to listen to your beautiful song. Please sing a beautiful song. I know you have just composed a beautiful song. So I can't wait anymore. I would like to listen to your song just now. I can't wait to listen to your song. Please start singing. I didn't mean to say that your approach to education is not appropriate. I believe that you are also an educationist, Your approach to education is not bad. I feel like leaving the discussions to the participants as they know that education is getting more and more important these days. I must say that the government's efforts to modernize the concept of learning and to make it activity based learning or skill based learning is a very good attempt. I believe that most of you will agree with my point. I must say that your agreement with my points will help me reach a conclusion. I was under the impression that most of the technical colleges will also have some sort of, studies, higher studies organized at, different university abroad. I was wondering whether the government will come with a proposal to make sure that the agriculture must be techno organized and technically equipped rather than the traditional one. I was wondering whether the budget for agriculture will go up. I would be grateful if you could help me in my business, being a partner or being a shareholder. Well, in any case, you are going to be one of the guests at the workshop. Tomorrow, you are going to be a guest in any case. So you should not mind coming. Rather, we will be grateful if you put a grace and bring yourself to the scenario tomorrow. So I would feel like expressing my gratitude your all work. I will feel like making you happy at that moment. I would feel like sharing my point of views with you, like that you can make your conversation more beautiful and more, effective. The fact is that spoken English requires a lot of interpretation, a lot of small, sentences which can be catchy, attractive, and should be a little bit impressive. France, English is a foreign language. It needs regular practice. You need to have beautiful words and phrases. Time and again, you have to apply and use them to make your, conversation enriched with ideas. For instance, if you're talking on science and technology, you must use the phrase that science is a good servant, but it is a bad master. If you don't govern the achievement of science in the right manner, it will ruin you. So, technology is a good servant, but it is a very bad master. You should not give your all ideas in the hand of technology. Rather, you should govern the technology as your requirement, as your need. So that is the way how we can really create impressive conversation, and we can make ourselves comfortable in making or continuing and initiating beautiful conversation with other people. And the confidence in introducing and initiating a conversation lies in the knowledge of good words, vocabularies, good approach, and good intonation and enunciation. Enunciation or pronunciation also plays a very important role. If you don't pronounce the word in a proper way, it will remain differently and it will become embarrassing for the listener. So it is important that you should work on enunciation and right pronunciation of the words and phrases while conversing with the people. And that is what I wanted to conclude with. This is Edising on the channel. Is English by Edising, your own channel for enriching and bringing English to your door. Thank you very much.